Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I am Robert, aka The Tall Man, and many of you probably know who this is. This is Rico. He is the cruise director here on the Carnival Glory, and I want to shake your hand and thank you so much for spending a couple minutes with us.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me, and it's an honor and a pleasure, and I'm loving having you on board. And I hope you're enjoying your cruise so far.
Oh my God, the cruise has been amazing. Just too short.
It's
short. Too short.
It's short, but it's fun.
It is.
It's sweet.
It is.
Fun.
It's like fun.
Yes, it definitely
and then it's
is.
like, oh, I want to do it again.
And it's funny because this is what we were talking about. It's not like the longer voyages where you have like 5 days or 7 days or 8 days. Everything is short. This is a 4-day cruise, and we have everything jam-packed, so everybody has all the options that everybody needs to have an amazing time here with us.
There's not a minute to rest if you don't want it that way.
You know what I say? I'm from Mexico City, by the way, and I say this is a ship with a fiesta. And the fiesta never takes a siesta. It's always on the go.
So how did you get into becoming, a cruise director? Obviously, you start off with a fun squad, but coming from Mexico, when you were 5 years old, you say, "I want to be a cruise director." How did that transition happen?
Of course not. I had no idea that this was a career, that this was an option. I started in entertainment. I think it was like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Funny enough, I was backpacking in Mexico because I didn't live in Mexico back then. I was born in Mexico City, but then I had to move to, I lived in Canada for a while.
Oh, wow.
I lived in France for a while. The last 5 years, I lived in England. But during that time, like 8 or 9 years ago, I went back to Mexico and I was backpacking around. I was traveling because I wanted to know my country, to know my land. And then one day I was, in the need of money, because we all need money sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted a simple, fun job that could pay the rent, that could pay for the food. And I was right. It is fun being part of entertainment team, but it's not simple.
You missed that part of it.
It's a lot. But I loved it. I started being part of entertainment team in a hotel in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen. I was there for 2 years, and I fell in love with the job. I fell in love with this lifestyle, because it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. So the guests from that hotel, they were the ones recommending me to someone who was a recruiter for
nice.
DJs and entertainers on ships. And they got me an interview with Carnival and other cruise lines. I got the interview, and Carnival was the first cruise line who said, "Hey, welcome aboard."
So 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
And how long have you been a cruise director?
Well, that was 8 years ago. Then I started with Carnival in 2018, 6 years ago. I started as Fun Squad.
Yep.
I started as a junior Fun Squad, hosting trivias, games, karaoke, bingo, comedy. And then it was a couple of years ago, after pandemic, after we returned to operation, when I started getting the calls from the main office in Miami, giving me the opportunity to become an acting cruise director for a few weeks on one ship. And then after that, I got the opportunity on another ship for a longer period, like 2 months, and then 3 months, and then et cetera, et cetera. And
then finally, like, well, you're doing it. You might as well have the job.
Yeah, and then I got the full promotion. So now it's my full-time job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And how long have you been on the Glory?
On the Glory, I've been for 2 months.
For 2 months.
Yes.
And how much longer are you going to be here?
I'll be here until January 10th, 2025, so 2 more months. And then I'm coming back in March 14th until July 7th.
So just have a couple months off.
Yeah, that's how we work. We work based on contracts. So I'm working for 4 months on board, then 2 months of vacation.
Kind of like my schedule that I was telling you about.
Schedule.
I work for 4 months, have 2 months off. Work for 4 months and have 2 months
Exactly.
off. You need that decompression time.
Yes.
For the people that come on the boat on vacation, it's fun for 4 days. But folks like Rico and the rest of the crew here, they run around with their heads cut off like 18 hours a day.
And not as much, but yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very hectic and very busy.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of downtime. And it's 7 days a week.
Yes.
Even though it's a 4-day, 3-day, it's 4 days, 3 days, but it's a repeat.
Yes.
And you have to do it twice as much as cruise directors and other staff on a 7-day cruise.
Exactly.
So excellent. So you're going to have a few months off. And where do you go on vacation?
Traveling.
Traveling.
I love traveling. The 2 passions in my life is traveling and entertainment. So this for me is perfect, absolutely perfect. I love to travel to different places. I never, almost never, go to the same place twice. I always love to go to different places I've never been to before, do different things. And this is why what I tell my guests every time, like try something new, get out of your comfort zone. I honestly think that's when life starts to happen. When you do certain things that you never thought about, that you never maybe had the opportunity, or sometimes you're scared of doing it. And sometimes when you do it, when you go through that curtain of fear, is like so amazing and so fun. So that's what I do when I'm off. It's traveling.
So, oddly enough, we're the same. We travel all the time. When we're not on a cruise ship traveling, we're traveling the country, and the U.S., and we travel other countries too. But what I want to know is, what is the funniest thing that has happened to you since you've been a cruise director? I know there's always that one thing that sticks in
Yeah.
the brain.
Gosh, yeah, there are many stories, many stories. I think every crew member that has been on ships for at least 1 year could write a full book of stories on ships. But I don't know, maybe one of the funniest things that happened to me, especially when I was starting as an acting cruise director. We have something called the atrium lobby parties, which
Right.
are in the atrium lobby, and they are hosted by the cruise director, and they can be very, very fun. Could be music from the 70s, 80s, Motown, pop, rock, etc. So usually, the cruise director tries to get everybody engaged, and you have to be on the stage if the lobby has a stage, or adapt to the venue. So this happened a couple of years ago. We had a lobby. I don't even remember the name of the ship, but in the lobby, I was allowed back then to be dancing on the counter, on the
On the
bar.
bar.
And it was amazing because there was no stage in that lobby. So the counter, the bar was my stage. And then it was one of the first times that I, got to buy clothes as a cruise director, because this is my own clothes, etc. And that evening I was wearing brand new pants. And everything was going so well in my head. I thought it was going great. And I noticed throughout the party that there were people laughing, but I had no idea why it was. Maybe there was just like a inside joke. I don't know. I just kept going. And then I finished the lobby party. I got off the stage, the bar, and then a sweet, sweet lady comes to me and she tells me, "You might go and get changed because you ripped your pants." And I was like, "What?" And then I started, touching me, and yeah, indeed, I ripped my pants, like right at the back where you
Right in the back seam.
where
right
you
in the crack of
don't
your butt.
want
Yes.
anything happening, right there. So that's just one example of the things that have happened.
The longer you do this, the more stories like that you will
Definitely.
you
And
will acquire.
You learn to buy elastic clothes. You learn to buy elastic.
Last question, because I
Yes.
know you have places to go and things to do.
Actually, we have an 80s rock and glow party, for example, tonight
Right.
on the Lido Day, which is going to be amazing.
Right.
Yes.
Which we will be there.
Absolutely.
What would you like everyone to know that is considering booking a cruise here on the Carnival Glory? What is special about the Carnival Glory that you would like the people to know?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I think it's, of course, the Glory, but I think it's every Carnival ship. We are known as the fun ships, and we are so focused on the entire family to be able to have fun. This is a family-friendly cruise line, and it's a fun cruise. Everywhere where you go, if it's a Carnival ship, you're going to have fun. And like I told you earlier tonight, fun is what you make of it. So you can make the most of it any way you want it. Like you want to enjoy sunsets, you want to enjoy sunrises. Of course, you can do that because you're on a ship. So you have these beautiful views of the ocean, and that's fun. For all of my junior cruisers, they can go to the water slides on the Lido. They have so much fun. They can enjoy the pool upstairs. They can enjoy the beautiful ports of call that we visit. Here on the Glory, we have so many different options. We have, of course, our Susapalooza parade and story time for our kids. We have our Build Up a Workshop Party at Sea for our younger cruisers. We have the Global 2 Circle Sea for our teens. We have karaoke for the entire family, karaoke for adults, comedy shows for the entire family, comedy shows for adults, parties in the lobby, parties on Lido, live music everywhere.
Yeah.
It's all about how you like to have fun and just come on board and enjoy yourselves. And the most important thing, and this is something so true. I really mean it. There's only one thing in life we never get back. No matter what we do, no matter how hard we try in life, the only thing we never get back in life is time. So if you are here, just make the most of it. Just enjoy every second. Make the most of every moment with your friends. With if it's a bachelorette party, if it's a cruise with your family, if it's a graduation celebration, if it's an anniversary, a birthday, or just celebrating life. Just make the most of it. Make the most of it. Have fun.
We agree, and that was something that you said to me as we were walking here. You're like, so are you having fun? I'm like, we have fun wherever we go. Fun is what you make of it.
Exactly.
And you can stay busy having fun all day, all night, or you can sit by a pool and sleep all afternoon.
Exactly.
It's what it is that you want to make of your cruise vacation.
Exactly.
So I want to thank you so much for giving us a little bit of time, Rico. I know you're so
pleasure.
busy. And anybody that comes to the Glory after you've watched this video, make sure you find him and tell him the tall man sent you.
Yeah.
We'll see you the next time. Be safe.
Ciao, ciao.